Oh, Asaba BM, it is another day of all up and down content. Our eyes on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. When it's here, over here, it is the content every time that you want to. Time beer consistency is the name of the game. And the TRC wants to give you the best in terms of analysis. Our eyes on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, obviously. So always subscribe to the channel now. I do entreat you to subscribe to the channel now. Turn your notification in the notification 10. Please do choose all. Now, anytime their content be able drop or you are first to get it to us on Fiifi-Manfred or YouTube. Obviously, if you want to reach out to us, you're very clear on the socials. Fiifi_Manfred on Twitter, Fiifi-Manfred on Facebook, Fiifi-Manfred on Instagram, and of course, or Twitter. My personal mail or on me and my reply on, and we'll have a good conversation. So I want a big thank you to you if you share the link like you guys always do. Want a big thank you to you. The growth is visible, it's immense, and of course, I say the amount of content every time, even during the international break, no, still 3, and I be a amount of Fiifi-Manfred. There is a lot to unpack on the transfer market. Clubs no, shake up. A lot of the clubs are doing a lot of shake ups on transfer market. You better some common in I say a lot of the people on here Chelsea fans said I didn't. And I say Enzo absence no affected the performance of Cole Palmer. It's in our church. For catch him say we should do analysis on style of play. I didn't. And Enzo absence affected Cole Palmer, sir. But I'll tell you say any Enzo one other Chelsea player before Honorman absence affected Cole Palmer. We'll talk about that tactics. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Clubs beats a Bayern, Barca, Real Madrid. Onya news. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Obviously, we'll talk about the other ones soon here. Or how on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. It is on subscribe to the channel now. Subscribe to the channel and again. Turn on notification in the notification 10 and make sure that you do choose all I want to see. Which one do we start first? Which one do we start with first? See. Where do we go to? Of course, what the Henry remove. But we have some quick transfer updates. And now Panama catch us at Chelsea. I imagine said they will find a center back in the summer. They are looking for an aggressive center back that can be as aggressive as a branch friend Wesley Fofana. An aggressive center back will be winning a lot of duels for Chelsea. I'll be Mama Jumano as a CCB easier for a branch friend Levi Cole and Woodie Wesley Fofana last match interview. Wesley Fofana air can one of the things that was clear and verbatim over there for a branch friend Wesley Fofana, and he said, Wakache players no know him so no he's a dog, and I bet your friend Wesley Fofana Levi Cole the cat in terms of their temperament, their attitude as center back pair with Chonam, and that's what he wants to do. He thinks it brings the best out of them. He gets the best out of a bright friend Levi Cole, and it brings the best out of him as well. Also, as a player. And then you some breaking news. And you Wesley Fofana and Kwan and are dropping out. Of the French national team squad now. Also, a bright friend Malo Gusto, and so I dropping out of the French national team. No say any job when it comes to international football. With a Malo Gusto, he's with the French under 21 side, and a bright friend Malo Gusto is out of that group. Worry joining the Chelsea team, back at home. Or try say, Juma games now. Be developing new style of play as the season does go on. Another club, all pay players, another club of pay players by a team. Your friend Real Madrid, SSS center back across Europe. Lakebamo is a part of the list. A bunch of friend Gelson Bremer, also a player that's appreciated by Real Madrid. The problem, however, is that for Real Madrid, Omar Kachom will say, as at this time, Gelson Bremer will bring into he's going to go on and then become a player for Tima. Your friend Real Madrid. Now, we Madrid media have sad news for you. And then Rodri spoke about the Ballon d'Or. An interview with Pazzo Scope. There is an outlet there for El Partidazo de Cope. It is a Spanish paper. Rodri Cascante Hernandez interview. And in that interview, our branch friend Rodri Cascante Hernandez said, Morata told me you are stupid. If you had social media, you would have won the Ballon d'Or. And as soon as I won it, I wrote to him, look, Ballon d'Or, no social media. That's exactly what our branch friend Rodri Cascante Eka said. Morata Kachen say Kebia go social media and go winning Ballon d'Or and that. Now, we need pen or contact a branch friend Alvaro Morata. No social media, but my winning Ballon d'Or and Jordi. I say he doesn't have any problem. He doesn't have problem there. Sabrantia, your friend Vinicius Junior and wishing or call. He wasn't going to look for Vinicius Junior. He just wanted to go and get a job done. And of course, he was able to go and do his job. And the Juman said, well, we need a Ballon d'Or, and he is very excited to have won it. He spoke about stuff like that. FC Bayern Munich, Old Trafford, almost planning a huge boycott. Vincent Company. The performances haven't been good. It will be all Mia San Mia Nibia. If you speak all the Mia San Mia guys, Minia Alabama, they will tell you that they are not excited with the performance of Abrante FN Vincent Company as their manager. In fact, under Thomas Tuchel, yes, they were struggling, but they believed, they said it was going to be a dawn of a new era under Vincent Company. Now, if you speak to a lot of the guys that support FC Bayern Munich, it is not unusual. Say Bayern never share in the German Bundesliga. It's not unusual. Somebody the DFB Pokal or even the German Bundesliga. The most important thing to every FC Bayern Munich fan, every Bavarian, whether in Germany or outside of Germany, essentially it is about the Champions League. And also two crucial games that Vincent Company Elusia. The game away at Villa Park literally a minnow in European conversations in Aston Villa. They were able to lose to them. In fact, also Bayern for budget now compare them to Aston Villa for budget. Bayern should not be losing against Tima, your friend Aston Villa, but they did lose to Aston Villa. Then you look at the other side of game of Boy against former manager in Hansi Flick. Bayern wants the bragging rights. They want to be in the box with the big European elites. Some conversations, and a Bayern person and yet just the league. In Germany, they believe that they are an European elite and that's what they want to be winning. And when they went away to go and play against FC Bayern Munich, Bayern could not win again. The ultras, our Bayern Munich, almost planning a huge boycott in away Champions League match versus Shakhtar Donetsk. 1, because of tickets prices. 2, because away games performance away. Our Barcelona away our Aston Villa. The last time against team friend Benfica, they struggled until a last goal from a branch FN Jamal Musiala. 36,000 members responded to a call and canceled their provisional ticket order for the match. And they built and a reported sad story of team my friend FC Bayern Munich and any issues are with respect to what they will do, what they will not do. In fact, Bayern Crow now a branch here your friend Eric Dyer Yami next time Bayern for let him go. It was not a good buy according to them from a branch here, coach your friend Thomas Tuchel. And then our Madrid training, there was a branch here friend Kylian Mbappe. And I've said it several times that Mbappe is in a very, very precarious situation. Mbappe a woman. Essentially, it's about how Mbappe can manage the media in France and also deliver to Madrid. At this point in time, Mbappe ain't delivered your Madrid. He has not delivered. In fact, in terms of the list of top scorers at Madrid this season, a branch friend of Vinicius Junior that's leading the list. Mbappe is only second to him in terms of goals and assists. And he's struggling a little bit. People felt that Mbappe would have fitted seamlessly. Who are you to question Carlo Ancelotti after winning this number of Champions League? Nobody really wanted to question a branch friend Carlo Ancelotti. But Mbappe has come in and he's struggling with the goals. The positioning, baby, or the contribution to the team. There have been a few question marks on a branch friend Kylian Mbappe, and people are beginning to raise eyebrows on a branch friend Kylian Mbappe as it stands now. The big question is also in France. Because DJ Deschamps is unhappy about the attitude of a branch friend Kylian Mbappe not being with a team, not in enough for echo away to go and have some holiday in Norway or Sweden. The last international break, it didn't sit well with coach friend DJ Deschamps and of course the captain of the Leblé out to South Korea. And then in Madrid training, a branch friend Kylian Mbappe was there. Madrid training today, only 6 first team players trained. 8 away on national duty, 7 injured. Frank Garcia, a trainee indoors. And then Real Madrid Player of the Month award since 2024. January, Vinny Jr. February, Ibrahim Diaz. March, Vinny Jr. April, Antonio Rudiger. August, Federico Valverde. September, Kylian Mbappe. October, Omdi Ama Branchia, your friend Vinny Jr., player of the month, Madrid for a Omdi Ama Vinny Jr. Or away on international break, Again, Ocean goal contribution and the last time out against Tima, your friend Osasuna, he was very, very, very important for Tima, your friend Real Madrid, and Mbappe in a quick time away to go to France and then go and fraternize with Ashraf Hakimi, and then he has returned to go and play and train with the Los Blancos of Real Madrid. That's an important one. Again, and then I'm going to interview Rodrigo Cascante and Rodri. I say my Ballon d'Or or votes, I would vote for Vinicius, for Carvajal second and Vinicius third in that list. One Real Madrid player Interact found out from France Football and informed Vinicius Jr. that he will not win the Ballon d'Or before he went in there. Florentino Perez was the one who decided not to travel for the Ballon d'Or protest now. And of course, people are talking about still that Ballon d'Or. And of course, because of the interview of Rodrigo Cascante, obviously, it is dominating the conversations all over in social media and obviously in Spain and all of Europe. If Barcelona have the chance, they plan to sign another top attacker. And say there is a boy in Eintracht Frankfurt, your friend Omar Mamouche, a very, very good attacker that can play on the left. About center back. In fact, Barca for NGD said the skill set from dead ball situations like set pieces. This man is a very, very good set piece aspect. And they would want to look at Omar Mamouche. There is also Victor Gyökeres also in the list of certain number of attackers that may move in the summer. Of course, after say Ruben Amorim, every Sporting CPR come Manchester United. Say a branch here, your friend of Victor Gyökeres may move on. A lot of the teams are looking at him, including Real Madrid. And then, of course, FC Barcelona, almost a branch here, your friend of Victor Gyökeres, and they may look at him. And then, if you listen to sports, Dario Sport, our Spain, what they are saying, and they say, a branch here, your friend of, Real Madrid president, Laporte, and a branch here, your friend of Deco, almost in a meeting, they decided, one year, they'll bring in one more attacker. Barcelona still, with depth now, they need more attackers. So many attackers, and players with Rafael Leao, Nico Williams, Mohamed Salah, Kovic, Kvaratskhelia, and Leroy Sané. In a part of the list that possibly can join FC Barcelona. Barcelona would want to do that, which is a very, very important thing for them. Of course, if you look at these kind of players, only very, very important to team my friend Barcelona. In there this season, Barca play about the most games here, your friend Inigo Martinez. And so if you follow my work, I've said several times that for me, one of the best players this season across the whole of Europe, quality center back on the left hand side of Abrante for Inigo Martinez. I understand Ronald Araujo is top player, but he will not just walk into Barca team, with what Abrante, your friend Inigo Abratia, your friend of Inigo Martinez, Ama FC Barcelona. Obviously, the expect is going to be the Rodri again. I had to win the Ballon d'Or for Busquets to appear on the radio. Busquets, I congratulated you, and you have still not answered me. And that's exactly what Abratia Rodri Busquets for me should have won that Ballon d'Or. Lamine Yamal, don't put so much pressure on him. We have all been surprised by Barcelona's level, given the number of Spanish national team players they have. I am happy. I've already started working and I'm feeling better than I thought. Gavi used to say, I need to play football at my age. You see it differently. You have time to rest and then recover well, which is very, very important for him. What did he say? One of the encouraging things that made the most excited about Iniesta. What do I say to Iniesta? I should have won. He is the best in the history of our country. And I was embarrassed to answer him over there. Of course, here we are at Chelsea. Conversations new. So we are Chelsea now. You have probably said that you don't understand why Enzo Fernandez is out of the team and how it is affecting Cole Palmer. A legitimate claim. In fact, Chelsea's final balls in terms of touches of Cole Palmer, it has now been easier for teams to stay closer and keep an eye on a bright friend Cole Palmer because say on the right hand side one and Malo Gusto is inverted by one. Teams have realized that Malo Gusto is not dangerous when he's inverted. In the half space as a 10, Malo Gusto is not dangerous essentially. And it affected Chelsea ball or and what they have to do when they get into the final third, or creativity, the final balls. Malo Gusto doesn't give it to the level that you expect to have. Of course, James doesn't give you that either in the half space. Now, Chelsea for Rebecca says, oh, then why don't Chelsea play with James to keep the weight? Then Cole Palmer comes inside. Then on the other side, there is Enzo Fernandez, which makes a lot of sense. The only problem with James is here, and I said, if you play Reece over there to bump up and down the touchline, you are risking another long-term injury because of free injury about injury. And Chelsea would want to manage Reece James prudently. Else, if you don't take care, you risk another injury, and maybe that final one, or maybe a career-threatening one for Branche and Reece James. You want to make very, very good decisions. Now, like I'm saying, Enzo Fernandez absence no, it affects Cole Palmer, but there's something else that you people are not realizing. On the left-hand channel, Chelsea have usually played a Branche and Pedro Neto there so that they keep Noni Madueke on the right-hand side. Now, if Jadon Sancho is a backer, now people have not realized, one of the things that Chelsea are lacking that's also affecting Cole Palmer is the fact, okay, we're on the left half space, which is not the natural area Cole Palmer wants to play. At Manchester City, one of the reasons why every time the Man City Pep didn't get the best out of him was that most of the times he was playing on the left hand side and the left half space. You don't get the best out of Cole Palmer in the left half space. It's essentially in the right half space that you get the best out of a Branche and Cole Palmer. Now, one thing is very, very clear. If you are playing him there, you don't get the best out of him. Essentially, so but with Enzo Fernandez, you play Enzo on the left half space because he's a natural right footer. Cole Palmer is a natural left footer, play from the right half space and can receive the ball with his left foot and then create from there. So Chelsea will now have the higher creative tendency. Two players that are creating the half space, two players that can receive the ball in tight spaces. Enzo can do the same too. In fact, so the ball Enzo in the tight space, and he is a very, very close control player. With him control games now, with him here for opponents to win the ball off him. But like Niame can say, apart from Enzo Fernandez, Nipa Bakwa in absence, and so affecting the performance of a Branche friend Cole Palmer has been a Branche friend of Jadon Sancho. Jadon on the left hand side, so Okokobo, he has a Chelsea the ball next after international break. Now about Jadon Sancho on left hand side on man. What Chelsea get the pulsar, any intensity. No? See, several times when we are talking about wingers, people want very good, pacey, direct wingers. And nice, it's good. But one of the things that help in attacking balance with wingers, your friend in the pulsar. Now, Jadon Sancho any pace, on the kill giddy for Bonem, but again, no need to here. But what he does is that he has what we call the pulsar. He holds on to the ball so much so that almost every time he is able to draw opponents himself. I mean, sometimes teams want to win the numerical superiority. It becomes a 2v1 next to a Branche and Jadon Sancho in the left hand side. Now, what that does is that it gives an opportunity for Cole Palmer and Cole Palmer to pop up. Now, because there is also pulsar in Jadon Sancho's football, he's able to calm down the play, find Cole Palmer in the half space, then control the game in that regard, which is very, very important. And that is something that Chelsea are missing with a Branche and Cole Palmer. And I'll pay Nikan Winshaw say maybe tomorrow we will get into the details of why Chelsea are not able to play with Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer, Romeo Lavia, and a bunch of friends of Moises Caicedo. It's essentially about balance. We've said it several times. But what kind of balance? Chelsea can get that extra form of balance when they play a bunch of your friend of Jadon Sancho. I think that going forward, one of the things that Chelsea should be able to do very, very well is the fact that to say Enzo Fernandez, he needs to be able to build his physicality over time, which is important. This season, chances created by players in the Premier League so far per 90. Chelsea players in Cole Palmer created chance 2.7, Pedro Neto 2.3, Enzo Fernandez 1.8, Nicolas Jackson 1.2, Noni Madueke 1.2. It is clear Enzo so has played lesser minutes than this one. Anytime I make at the beginning of the video say anybody that says that Enzo's absence affects the team in terms of the attacking prowess of the team, the attacking tendency, the attacking, the volume of attacks, and the kind of chances, the number of chances that are created for the team, you are absolutely right. Essentially, Enzo is one of the cogs in terms of controlling the game from the attacking point of view. But without the ball, that's where the problem is. And you see, people will say that people would want a flamboyant kind of football. But Enzo Maresca may believe that if he's able to build a formidable team and a proper structure, in fact, a better structure than he has today, maybe with time that he can throw Enzo Fernandez in, can throw João Felix in, he can throw Nkunku in. But as at this time, You would want to prioritize the defensive team. Now, look at this statistics I'm reading now. Enzo Fernandez, a third behind Pedro Neto and Abrante Fenn in the Premier League. And it is obviously clear. Said these two players, Campo and Anderson, have played more minutes than him. And Sancho, ball retention is very important. I am waiting to see after the international break to look at how Sancho's ball retention becomes important. And then the Laporte and will show them for him to calm down the game, control the game, and then be helpful to Palmer. So it's just a game against Brighton and Hove and the Stanford Bridge. Now, a typical example where it's different style of a winger. And when you think that Cole Palmer's ever facilitates, they will be close to each other in terms of the close proximity, and then they will play up next to each other and then control the game largely, which is very, very important. And I like the fact that Chelsea 4 are playing in that particular way, and that's the reason why these players cannot play together. If we should be to say Enzo, the absence may affect Cole Palmer. We should be to say Jadon Sancho, the absence may affect Cole Palmer, and I think that with time they will get better in that regard in terms of how they grew, and Enzo Maresca may fashion a way of getting a job done. When Chelsea started this season, there were only a few of us who believed in the project. And then a lot of people, both in the UK, in local media space, baby, are beginning to accept that the Chelsea team is a real deal. In fact, people who call it a sham, that called it names and said it doesn't make sense. I mean, use some very, very wild words that I don't see the point in using. But today, there they are. These guys really accepting that Chelsea are doing a good job. And key amongst them, former Chelsea player, and of course, Tottenham Hotspur player, Glenn Hoddle. And Glenn said, I was behind the bench at Stamford Bridge. He's talking about the work that Enzo Maresca has done. Where Chelsea will be in a year's time is interesting. I think they will be looking to really go for possibly the league themselves. They have got so much depth. Those two centre backs will learn and get better. They have got cover in the area for me. They are not far of it. They really aren't it, and they can get there. And of course, he is saying, say, now players need to be person Bobby. Maro goes to air out of the list of players on person Bobo. We can argue forever, but I don't see Enzo Maresca breaking Romeo Lavia anymore as Caicedo pivot at this point in time, anytime soon. The upside is too much to sacrifice. Like I said, it's essentially about the defensive job, off the ball job. Lavia, any Caicedo, the amount of spaces they can cover, how Caicedo, it brings the best out of Abrante Fenn Moises Caicedo, bumping up and down as the box-to-box midfielder. A few issues with inverting Marco Correa goes to the pivot in the pass now to Caicedo. It makes Caicedo defend deep and loses his high-pitch coverage. Plus, he is not elite in handling pressure, facing our goal and build up and ain't good enough. Malo goes to and Correa won't move the ball between the lines and find players behind the press better than Lavia or replicates the passing ring. If you notice, our number of failed build-ups and turnovers have reduced drastically since the Liverpool game, and I think that is true. Since Chelsea, Eddie Lavia, Chelsea team because he is press resistant, because he's able to face the ball, and I think that's very, very true. So we should Chelsea at the beginning of the season. One of the things that Chelsea were struggling with that people have not realized is that around those times, Chelsea were struggling with high turnovers. Now, teams were able to target Moises Caicedo a lot, any Abrante Fenn, Enzo Fernandez. So a lot of the teams will press aggressively high. They will target Moises Caicedo, they'll move the ball. Now, this time, the Lavia Caicedo pivot has Lavia next to him. Lavia is more press resistant. He is very good in terms of receiving the ball. He's elite in terms of receiving the ball in facing the goal. In fact, you've seen it several times with Romeo Lavia. He's very flamboyant at that and very effective in that regard. And among the turnovers, not Chelsea team, so it's moving the ball. Chelsea, like saying that Chelsea come back against Newcastle United. That has changed a little bit, and now Chelsea are beginning to have a lot of the ball in those zones, playing forward, and it's not hurting Chelsea at all in terms of build-up. Yes, there are issues with Kukureya, any Abrante Fenn, Malo Gusto in the half spaces because they are not excellent line breakers. They don't pass to break the line like Enzo would do. They're not able to find a final ball in behind like Enzo would do. But I think that one of the things that will help is that after international break, say Jadon Sancho, Timiba, and then Chelsea play Pedro Neto on the right, Jadon Sancho on the left. They have Nicolas Jackson through the middle and Cole Palmer. I think that's going to help to an extent in terms of how good Chelsea can be in the growth now. It's going to be important. Lavia defensive awareness now at a top level, and I've said it several times. Yes, in a game against Arsenal, he wasn't good with the ball. But I think that on the ball he was excellent. And I think that Abrantia Enzo Maresca is going to keep that pivot until Chelsea are probably winning something. Top defensive midfielders rating so far in the world. And Oriana Chiomeni, Brian Gravenbach, Federico Valverde, and of course Abrantia Freno Moises Caicedo. And here we see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. We are always excited to bring you all the news on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So also subscribe to the channel now. Subscribe, turn on notifications. We will be back for you for constant content, the best you can get. Until then, see you. You take care.